Welcome to the first episode of the Crypto Podcast. I'm basically doing a few other podcasts. I have the speaking podcast, the Learn Polish podcast, the meditation podcast, and my latest one was the Awakening podcast, where I'm exposing corruption and fraud, but with solutions. And the reason that I started this one is because I've seen there's a lot of fraud with in the crypto industry. So I have a lot of contacts around the world that I can start interviewing people to get the right kind of knowledge. And I always say buyer beware. So even if I bring on a guest and they're trying to sell something, I still encourage you to do your own due diligence. Just because I have them on the show doesn't mean that I'm actually encouraging you to buy if they're selling something. When I was getting into the crypto, I was introduced to it about 2014. And when I heard about this wallets and everything, I got confused. I didn't understand it and I just stayed away from it. And unfortunately, because if I had invested then, it would have been sweet, but it is what it is. So, what I'm going to do is tell people which wallets are the best because there's a lot out there and advantages and disadvantages, the exchanges, which ones that I use, recommend, and then I'll be asking my guests as well the exact same thing. Taxes, like a lot of people don't realize that you have, you know, capital gains tax, and you don't want to get caught on that because even if you make 1 million in your crypto and you don't pay any tax, they can come and get you, and not only of the money that you made, but with penalties and fines, it can be a lot more, as well as possible imprisonment. So I always say, make sure that you do everything correctly. And I will also be discussing tax optimization. That's not tax avoidance, it's tax optimization. The bad boys created a few loopholes that people can use, so it's always good to know them. So I'll be discussing that with people as well. I have seen a friend of mine lost $500,000 due to fraud and was not able to get it back. So we'll be looking at that, seeing how you can protect yourself, what's the best way of actually going forward. So I don't want to make this long. I just want to give you a little synopsis of what the plan is for the podcast. And anything, if you have questions or you'd like me to discuss something, you can always write to me and I'll try to cover anything that is of interest to you. So you'll find all episodes on thecryptopodcast.org, and all my other podcasts can be found on roycollin.com. And I hope you enjoy the future episodes.